Will the real Joe Biden please stand up? The National Archives admitting that they're sitting on a treasure trove of over 5,000 emails where Joe Biden used a fake name. They could show that the big guy was actively involved in Hunter's shady business dealings. Known aliases for Biden include Robin Ware, Robert L. Peters, and J.R.B. Ware. I guess McLovin was already taken.
So it's just McLovin?
Yeah.
That's badass.
It is badass.
Really
it's a
cool.
Badass name.
Yeah.
A lot of people have weird names nowadays.
If you think that's bad. Hunter Biden's grift seems to be going strong. The White House is refusing to rule out that the first son is still cashing in on his dad's name.
We know that from a Hunter Biden associate now that he sold the appearance of access to then Vice President Biden. Are you confident that he has stopped doing that?
That is a question for Hunter Biden.
If somebody is selling the appearance of access to the White House, that is a question for the White House.
No, that is your I don't know how you're perceiving that.
It's sworn testimony by Devin Archer. He said,
I am just not, Peter. I'm just not going to get into this. I'm just not.
I'm a little bored. The evidence against Biden's piling up, but Democrats are finding new ways to embarrass themselves while defending the first family. Watch.
One day he's Sleepy Joe, the next day he's Corrupt Joe. I know people who are sleepy. I know people who are corrupt. I don't know anyone who is both. These guys just know that they are reflexively anti anything Biden's doing.
Are you confident when you look at what the Justice Department has done, when you look at the investigations into Hunter Biden that the Republicans have pursued up to this point, that there hasn't been any wrongdoing, everything's been above board?
Yes, I'm extremely confident. The American people know fundamentally that Joe Biden is a good and decent man.
All right, Dana, you were in the federal government. How often do people use alias emails to correspond?
I would love for the reporters who were in the briefing room when I was press secretary to revisit the stories that they did when there was this minor issue about people who were trying to do the right thing to make sure when they were dealing with the RNC, if they had a political job at the White House dealing with the RNC, that they used the right email. It became this gigantic scandal. We answered all the questions. There was congressional testimony. You had to turn over all the documents. The RNC to this day still has all of them archived, and it turned out it was absolutely nothing. I would love to see the curiosity from the media on this one. I don't think that they're going to get it. And when Eric Swalwell is your first line of defense for dealing with a foreign influence and fraternizing campaign, you are not in a good place. You are really not in a good place. And then he said, I can't imagine he could be both sleepy and corrupt at the same time. And actually, this might be something that Biden can do. You could, this could actually happen. The other thing is, Jesse, I was thinking about you earlier because you've utilized the FOIA Freedom of Information Act request in order to get information for stories that you're pursuing. And it's available to the American public. It's also available to media organizations. And sometimes they use it. But in these particular stories, where have all the news nuggets come from? It's not from the media filing a FOIA request asking to find out if Joe Biden had aliases. It's coming from private organizations. Sometimes they're partisan organizations. That's also fine. It's under the First Amendment. But the media is so incurious, it really bothers me.
So what do you think he was hiding with 5,400 emails over 8 years, Judge Shinian?
I come from a different place than Dana. But for me, it's basically the same. It's a clear attempt to avoid any kind of transparency, sharing information allegedly about his schedule that includes issues of the Ukraine at the time when Joe Biden was a point man on energy in Ukraine. And according to the National Archives, 5,400 such emails. 5,400 such emails. I'll say it again. And it was during the years that Joe Biden was vice president, 14 and 15. Those were the years that David Weiss, the now special counsel, allowed the statute of limitations to run. The years that under the 1023, the Bidens were pretty much demanding $5 million and $5 million from Zlovchevsky, who was the head of Burisma. And by the way, who was copied on the email? The staff member is told to send it to Hunter Biden. And that shows that the immediate staff around Joe Biden knew that Hunter Biden was involved in this. We already know that Obama's people and Obama's State Department said, you got to watch out for your son. We all know he's a dirtbag, drug addict, sex-crazed lunatic. and he's flying around with you, and, you know, this has to stop. But, you know, this is really, in the end, it's a story of a father's deep love for his son. And, I mean, who among us hasn't done 5,400 emails using a different name for any reason?
I know what your secret name is.
I don't want to ask. Don't say it.
So, Judge makes an interesting point. If now staffers were being copied on these emails, this is an administration-wide scandal. Would you expect House oversight to maybe subpoena some of these people?
Yeah, again, they're next. So they're going to, I imagine, do that. And it was the Southeastern Legal Foundation that asked for it a year ago. So in June of 2022, they say, you got these 3 aliases. Can you tell us what emails went out during the Obama years? And they said, okay, I'll get back to you, I don't know, a year. So we get back, and it turns out there's 5,400. We'll get back to you. We'll get them to you eventually. We know this, that 10 of those emails were copied to Hunter between May 18th and June 15th. And so we also understand, too, that there was an explanation when Obama had an alias. They said, well, we have to throw off the Chinese or would-be hackers by using a different email. And I'm thinking to myself, if we can't protect the President of the United States email, we're all doomed. No wonder North Korea was able to bring these movie studios down to their knees. And can I just say also, a big surprise you went to meet over Pierce, because you like him better. And for me, I thought for sure you'd go to Pierce, he'd eat up all the time, and I'd have 20 seconds.
I went to him last
because
he's so long-winded.
He wanted you to be my warm-up guy.
Yeah, I guess.
Very smart of you,
opening
Jesse.
for Pierce.
All right, so
Lovely to see you
we have about
again.
4.5 minutes, Pierce. Thank you.
Wind me up. Look, I realise that the occupant of this particular chair on this show has to try and muster some form of defending the indefensible when it comes to President Biden and this scandal. I have nothing, because this stinks. The whole thing just stinks. And I think with any political scandal, you go back right to the start. What's the nugget? What's the fact? What's the catalyst for all of this? And the catalyst for this is that Hunter Biden, with 0 experience, possibly less, lands a job on the board of a major Ukrainian energy company. And he gets paid $83,333 a month to offer his 0 expertise to this Ukrainian energy company, just when his father is Vice President of the United States with special responsibility for Ukraine. If you just take that one fact at the start of this scandal, that is corruption. So everything that follows is unsurprising to me, because you know there's a scandal, you know it's corruption, you know that Hunter Biden got that job because of his dad, you know they're making loads of money as a family. The Biden brand was fleecing Ukraine for gazillions.
But we can add something to this. It's not hypothetical. We know exactly, it seems in 2014, Hunter enlisted, according to the Daily Mail and emails that have been acquired, Boyce, Schiller, Flexner Group, this law firm, to go ahead and advise them how to stop the investigation into the CEO of Burisma.
Of course.
And then Shokin, this guy gets fired, Shokin takes over, he continues, and they say, how do we stop Shokin? So that's why Hunter was hired, and he actually did something for the job.
And with all,
Him and Devin Archer.
with all these things, if you just substitute Biden for Trump, and this was Donald Trump Jr. with Donald Trump as his
It's
dad
the same
as
story, by the way.
I know, but if you just subbed the 2 names round, what would all the people trying to defend Biden be saying about the Trumps if they had done this? They would have been screaming for impeachment, for indictments and everything else. Instead, there's a deafening silence. And that is, frankly, with the mainstream media in this country, I have to say that as a journalist, that is as corrupt as the actual scandal itself, that they're not treating this the way they would if it was someone on the other side.
But it's the same story that got him impeached. Rudy Giuliani was pursuing this story, and he shouldn't have, and they shouldn't have done it this way against the opponent. We know that. But this is the same story. They go, what was Biden doing in Ukraine? But Trump was calling up Zelensky, go, could you find out? Because I'm going to send my guy over. And that's the story. And now 2 years later, we're pursuing a story, and they're
so
desperately trying to
interesting.
slow it down.
And you know, one of the interesting things is that when you say that they hired the law firm of David Boies, and then Chokin comes in, and they figure out they can't figure out a way to get rid of him. So Joe Biden says, "I'll get rid of him myself. I'll leverage $1 billion,
And I'll brag about it."
Yeah, and I'll admit it on television.
It's a scandal, folks.
A provable one.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.